As far as the series, the way it's gone, as we were discussing earlier, the fact that the Oilers win, avoiding a sweep, 25th consecutive season, the Stanley Cup final will require at least 5 games. Now, 3 of the last 6 Stanley Cup finals have ended in 5 games, with the home team winning in front of their fans in 2 of those series, the Vegas Golden Knights and the Tampa Bay Lightning. So Game 5 takes place Tuesday at Florida, and then if need be, Game 6 back in Northern Alberta, and then Game 7, if need be, back in Florida. So we talked about Edmonton, what they did right, Dano. Let's talk more now about the Florida Panthers. It's one thing to lose, but to lose badly like that, is there any residue from losing a game like that? Well, actually, we'll discuss that in a second. Let's hear from Paul Maurice first.
Every new experience presents opportunities that you didn't have. So this was a new experience for us. I could say there's some room to learn on it, and we're going to work really hard over the next 2 days to make sure we present that. They will have no part of my day tomorrow. They've got good players and they scored, and they will get confidence from that. They'll feel good, and then the puck's going to drop. I'm not saying they aren't going to feel good in the next game. I'm just, the puck drops and everything changes then.
Obviously, we either win or we learn, and I think we learn a lot from this game. Like, we know they're a really good team. They play really well, and today they play really well. So obviously, we need to learn from that.
You know, I thought that in the first 2. You know, did a lot of good things and continue that into Game 3, but definitely didn't like it tonight at all. So myself and the rest of the guys will come back tomorrow, and new day and a chance to win at home on Game 5.
And I know the Panthers will say, hey, one loss doesn't matter what the score is, but you play at the highest levels. And when you lose like that 8-1, that must have a little bit of an impact, no?
Yeah, you're bitter. I mean, you're going, what just happened? We had a stranglehold on this series, up 3-0, and we have a performance like that. And again, yes, a lot to do with what Edmonton did, but they weren't as sharp. It wasn't just Bobrovsky who gave up 5 and then was pulled. They know that defensively. They had what they call their worst game of the playoffs. But again, going back to what I said before we came back, whether they lost 1-0 or 8-1, that's how you have to look at it. It's one game.
Yep.
It's one game. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it looks ugly, and the Oilers certainly feel a lot better about their game, but if the Florida Panthers and Maurice, who's got such a good feel night in, night out of his team, of the game, and we just love hearing him in his press conferences, that they're going to be the type of team, they're veteran-laden, they were in the Stanley Cup Finals last year. That experience means something. Right. There's going to be ups and downs, ebbs and flows. How do you stay even-keeled? If there's a team that can do it, I believe it's the Florida Panthers. They're going to park this. They have to with a bad taste in their mouth, but move on, like Matthew Tkachuk said, a new day, and get ready for Game 5 and try to close it out and win the Stanley Cup. And get back to, you know, I mentioned execution. Everything's execution. Florida Panthers play a style that there's no surprises.
Yep.
They're going to be in your face. They're going to chip pucks in. They're going to go north. They're going to forecheck you hard. And that's why they've had so much success. They're the best team in the league at it. And the depth we talk about, all 4 lines do it. Their defense stand up. So their structure we talked about isn't sitting back.
Right.
Their defense are going to stand up high in the neutral zone. But it's not as effective if on the forecheck you beat that first man with a couple of passes, right, and then you use that stretch pass. That's what the Oilers were able to do after hitting the post. This is shorthanded. This becomes a 2-on-1 outnumbered situation. Brown makes a really nice patient play, gets in the front. Janmark puts it in the back of the net off of Barkov. There's the stretch pass off the boards I'm talking about. Ekblad gets caught a little flat-footed. He's standing up. And then again, move the puck quickly. I talk about the Oilers. I didn't think they were getting it up ice quick enough, getting back to the puck quick enough, or getting it up. They were snapping that puck around. McDavid has an outnumbered situation. He snaps it short side, so he gets himself on the board, had a big night, going to feel much more confident. That's what we expected from McDavid. But the Florida Panthers, again, they're not going to change much. I think Paul Maurice talked about it in-game down 3-1. This is how we play. Yep. This is what's made us successful. We're going to be in your face. We're going to play the game north-south and beat us at your, at your will, and the Oilers happened to beat them at the will this time around because they did get the puck up ice quickly because they executed something they didn't do where the first pass wasn't on the tape or they were pressured into turnovers in those first 3 games.
Yeah.
And they made more mistakes than Florida did. Well, this particular night, the Oilers scored plenty of goals. They forced Florida into more mistakes than the Oilers made by good, quick puck movement, fast-paced hockey, good transition right from their own zone where we saw a lot of outnumbered situations. If you're the Florida Panthers, though, what they're going to change, it doesn't mean they're going to sit back. They're not going to change their style because they dare you to beat them. It's a game of inches. It's a game of a foot here. It's a game, a foot here, foot there, being in position, and they have been for the most part throughout these playoffs, and certainly in the first 3 games of the Stanley Cup Finals until the 4th one, where they got exposed a little bit by the other speed, by their puck movement, by their skill, and being able to put the puck in the back of the net. But Florida's going to play the same way. They just want to maybe be a little smarter because you saw some of their forwards, in my estimation, get caught in between a little bit, didn't get on the puck quick enough. So now they're caught, and now the defense who like to stand up in the neutral zone didn't maybe read off each other. It's all about being connected.
Yeah.
We talk about being connected, and Florida is the best in the league at it. When they are connected and playing a good structured game and they give you no room to breathe, no ice to skate, no room for guys like McDavid to make plays because of that back pressure, because everybody's feeding off of each other and supporting each other throughout a game. But Maurice going to tell them, relax, guys.
Yep.
Let's get ready. Let's go play Game 5, win the Stanley Cup at home, play our same game. We just got to execute it better like we did in the first 3 games.
And throughout the playoffs, when they come off the loss, they've been great. 4-1 record overall. They've outscored their opponents 21-10. So expect a good Florida team to bounce back in Game 5.